Once upon a time, in a small town, there was a curious boy named Sam. Sam loved to read books about history. He dreamed of visiting the past and seeing how people lived. One day, while exploring his grandfather's attic, Sam found an old, dusty box. Inside, there was a strange-looking watch with colorful buttons. Sam pressed one of the buttons, and suddenly, the room started to spin. When it stopped, he found himself in a sunny field filled with flowers. The air smelled sweet, and the sky was bright blue. Sam looked around and saw people wearing old-fashioned clothes. He realized he had traveled back in time. Excited, Sam ran to a group of children playing. They were playing a game called Hoop and Stick. The kids welcomed him with smiles and asked him to join. Sam laughed and played with them all afternoon. He loved learning their games and stories. After a fun day, Sam pressed the watch's button again and spun back to his attic. He was so happy. He told his parents about his adventure. They smiled but thought he was just imagining things. Sam knew it was real. The next day, he decided to travel again. This time, he pressed a different button. The room spun once more, and when it stopped, he was in a bustling market. There were people selling fruits, vegetables, and spices. The colors were bright, and the sounds were loud. Sam felt like he was in a dream. He walked around and met a friendly merchant named Ahmed. Ahmed had a big smile and offered Sam a juicy apple. Sam thanked him and shared stories about his time. Ahmed was amazed to hear about cars and computers. They both laughed and enjoyed the differences in their worlds. Before leaving, Sam bought a beautiful piece of cloth from another merchant. He pressed the button on his watch and returned home with his treasure. His parents were surprised to see the cloth. Sam proudly told them about his new friend, Ahmed. Eager for more adventures, Sam used the watch every day. He visited ancient Egypt and saw the pyramids. He traveled to the Renaissance and met famous artists like Leonardo da Vinci. Sam even went to the Wild West and rode horses with cowboys. With each journey, Sam learned new things about history. He saw how people lived and what they valued. He discovered that every time period had its own special stories. One day, Sam realized he wanted to share these adventures with everyone. So, he began to write a book. He wrote about his friends, the games they played, and the amazing things he saw. Sam wanted others to know that history was not just about dates and events. It was about people, their lives, and their stories. After finishing his book, Sam decided to hold a presentation at his school. He invited all his friends and teachers. On the day of the presentation, Sam was nervous but excited. He talked about his adventures and showed them the cloth he bought in the market. His classmates listened with wide eyes. They were amazed. At the end of the presentation, Sam's teacher praised him. She said, "Sam, you have a talent for storytelling. You made history come alive." Sam felt proud. He realized that sharing stories was just as important as living them. From that day on, Sam continued to explore new adventures, both in time and in his imagination. He became known as the boy who traveled through time. He inspired many others to read, learn, and explore the past. And so, with his magical watch, Sam learned that every story has the power to connect us, no matter when we live.